2, 1. Broadcasting from an abandoned factory where wool baseball uniforms used to be made. Back when it was hot.
That's good stuff.
And real men played baseball. Not, I pulled a hamstring running the second.
Yeah, pitcher, it's too hot to run cover first base.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you think that was the worst inning in World Series history?
Yeah, one of them. I mean, Garrett Cole is supposed to be the best pitcher in baseball, right?
Yeah.
And that day was
Pitcher, not fielder.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, the Sports Economy Show is on. So I'm covering baseball and hockey sports teams' moves, is what we're talking about today. And some fans love it, some fans hate it. JP is covering the foosball because there's been a lot, especially with my favorite city, the St. Louis Rams, Cardinals, who knows what. Anyway, so we're only going to cover from 1975 forward because going back too far, it's a mess. And I just want to say something right here, right now. Teams move for the money. Because remember, it's all about the money, and you would do the same thing, too, if you owned a team. Somebody over here is offering you a beautiful domed stadium like the one Stanislav Kroenke got built. You would move your franchise, too.
Look,
That's right.
Just think of it like this. If you were living in a 2-bedroom condo, and somebody said, hey, we'll give you money to move to a 5-bedroom single-family home with a nice yard.
With a nice yard and grass.
You would do it, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you would.
It ain't no different.
No different. All right, so since 1975, only 2 baseball teams have moved.
That's not bad.
Changed cities, only 2. Now that is consistency.
That is.
I'll tell you what. In 2004, the Montreal Expos moved to Washington, D.C. and changed their names to the Nationals. Do you remember the farce of, hey, we might move to Norfolk, Virginia? That was a farce. That right there was
That was bad. And then people believed it, too.
Yes, there were people that believed it. I don't know why. Or I guess they were trying to get D.C. to give them a better deal.
Yeah.
That's had to be it. We're going to get a better deal out of D.C. because they knew where they were going the whole time.
Right.
Anyway, so.
But D.C. played in the raggedy RFK Stadium at that point.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question about the stadium thing. Have you heard that they're going to rebuild a stadium on the RFK Stadium site?
I have heard that.
That is not going to happen.
I don't see. They got to do a lot of building because there ain't much around RFK.
But first of all, everybody wants these entertainment venues there, like SoFi Stadium or Jerry Dome, right?
Right.
You're not building that in the middle of D.C.
No. No. And, I mean, that's the reason why the Redskins then moved to Maryland, because RFK is not in the, look, they did a great job in D.C. with the basketball arena. It's in the heart.
Yeah. But it's DC. A basketball arena. Right. It can only be so big.
Right. The baseball stadium is on the outskirts of D.C. as well.
Yeah.
So
it's almost Maryland.
Yeah, it's I've been there a few times.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where it is in D.C., but it's not in the middle of the downtown area. Yeah. Not like the basketball arena.
All right, we got to move on because we got a lot of stuff to cover. All right, so this year the Oakland Athletics have decided to move out of Oakland temporarily to Sacramento, a la the Memphis Oilers. Remember that?
Yes,
is that on your list?
It is on my list. Yeah.
And they're going to play there, I think, 3 years until they get a stadium built in Las Vegas, right on the Strip, baby, where all the excitement is. So that's 2 teams that have moved, 2 baseball teams, which is not bad. Now, hockey's a circus. This is just a circus. I got a list here. It's a page and a half long, but I'm just going to go through them pretty quick.
And this is just since 1975?
Just since 1975, yes.
All right, give it to me.
Okay. The NHL's been moving, and they changed names, whatever. All right, so the Colorado Rockies, Denver. I got a question to ask you about this in a second. moved in 1982 to East Rutherford, New Jersey, and they are now named what? The New Jersey Devils.
Really?
Yes. You didn't know that?
I did not.
You're not a hockey
I'm
fan.
not. Listen.
You need to step up your game.
Wayne Gretzky.
And Bo Jackson shaking his head. No. No. Quebec relocated to Colorado, i.e. Denver, and became the Avalanche. Okay? In 1995. The Atlanta Flames moved to Calgary in 1980. The Minnesota North Stars moved to Dallas and are now the Dallas Stars.
That's Minnesota's old team?
Yes, that was a big deal when that happened. I forgot what year it was. But anyway, yes.
Yeah, I did not know that.
So, I mean, let me tell you, if you got a team moving from Canada to Dallas and from wherever, let's see what was the other one? I forgot what it was. Anyway, you got teams moving out of Canada. That means that hockey's not that big a deal.
In Canada?
Yes. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. It's the next one. The Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets moved to Phoenix in 1996. You got teams moving out of Canada to Phoenix and Dallas, or Phoenix and the team moving out of Minnesota to Dallas.
Well, I mean, look, I'm just going to put my 2 cents in there. If they're moving out of Canada, what did you say it's all about?
Money.
There you go.
Where? There's more
What
money.
trumps tradition
Money.
and, the followers?
Yeah.
Canada, who loves that sport.
Yeah. Where's invented
What
in
trumps
Canada? Money.
That's it.
Money.
It's all about money.
Yes. So, in 1996, the Winnipeg Jets moved to Phoenix and are now the Arizona Coyotes, which are now the Phoenix Coyotes because they changed their name again, whatever. So, here's my question about this stuff. What do you think of teams that use the states as names, such as the California Angels, now defunct, still playing the same place? They're
still playing the same.
Now the Los Angeles Angels in Anaheim, whatever it is.
Stadium.
Was it LAAAA?
Yeah, that's right.
The Carolina Panthers, other assorted teams. Do you think they should go by the city name or the state name?
I am with the whatever name it is originally. Like, I don't like you were the California Angels. Just stick with California Angels. Don't go to LA Angels.
At Anaheim.
Right. Like everybody forgets it was the Phoenix Cardinals. When they moved, it was the Phoenix Cardinals. I know that brings up bad memories for you.
Yes. Wait. They actually named the team.
It was the Phoenix Cardinals for
on day one.
Yes.
Really?
For years, and then they switched to the Arizona Cardinals.
I blocked that out of my mind.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Yeah. All right, let me get through this because we got to get the foosball because it's a big deal.
That's a big
The Hartford Whalers moved to Raleigh, or the Carolina Hurricanes. Atlanta Thrashers moved to Winnipeg to replace the Jets in 2011.
Good.
P.S. Atlanta's a terrible sports town.
Awful.
Just want to let you know. Take it away, JP, with
All
your
right.
version.
We're going to go to the numero uno sport again, NFL. There has been 9 relocations
9?
in the Super Bowl era. So the first in that Super Bowl era was 1982, and that was the Oakland Raiders moving to LA.
LA, playing the Coliseum.
Out of the 9 moves, 3 of them were the Raiders.
The Raiders moved 3
Yeah.
times. So you counted moving back to
Yes.
Oakland? Okay.
I'm saying 9 times the team moved, relocated. That's the Raiders 3 times. They moved to LA in 82, and then they moved back to Oakland after a number of years, and now they've just most recently moved to Las Vegas.
And for all you sports fans, we're going to do a show about this. There's still more Raiders fans in LA than there are
There is. There absolutely is.
other teams.
And the other team that's moved multiple times are the Rams.
The Rams. The Rams.
The Rams have moved from LA to St. Louis.
They started in Cleveland.
Yeah, way back in the day, yes. They moved from LA to St. Louis, actually had a good run in St. Louis. St. Louis had TWA Dome.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, in less than 20 years, they were like, that dome is a dump and we need to get out of here. And they moved back to L.A. to the beautiful SoFi Stadium.
I have a name to stay for you.
Yeah.
Stanislav Kroenke tanked for 5 or 6 straight years. Yes. But look at him now. Top of the world, baby.
So I'm going to focus on a few scenarios that have happened real quick. First of all, in 1984, Robert Irsay, the owner of the then Baltimore Colts, just decided, you know what, I'm going to move the team, and you know how I'm going to do it? In the middle of the night, I'm going to get some Mayflower moving trucks out there, and we're going to move the franchise to Indianapolis.
That seems to be the most popular move of any NFL team.
That is basically like saying, hey, I'm leaving you. And while you're asleep, I'm going to pack up all my stuff and leave you a note on the door that says, I can't take this relationship anymore. I'm out of here. And that's what Robert Irsay did.
ESPN did a 30 for 30 on it.
They did.
That's how popular that move was.
And listen to this. That was 1984. At that time, it was, Indianapolis offered a whopping $12.5 million loan. Million, not billion. Million. Yeah. They also offered a $4 million training complex. And then they said, and you can also have access to the then new $775 million Hoosier Dome.
Wow.
Which has now been replaced by the Lucas Oil Stadium, which is one of the nicest stadiums in the NFL. So
it looks like a barn.
It does look like a barn.
They built it to look like a barn in Indiana.
Yeah. But it is their franchise is thriving. I mean, it also helps that you have Peyton Manning there for over a decade, and then right after that we get Andrew Luck, and he does well for like 6-7 years. So, that's one. Number two, the Houston Oilers moved to Tennessee in 1997. As we mentioned earlier, when they first made the move, they had to move to Memphis. And
they played in the Liberty Bowl in Memphis for a couple years till their stadium was built in Nashville.
Right. Now they are, well, first of all, the reason why they moved is, just like everything else, it was all about money. The Astrodome, which was once crowned as the jewel of sports complexes, for some reason they didn't realize they had to renovate it.
Yeah.
Keep it revised. So after 30 years, Houston was like, this place is a dump. It's no longer the crown jewel, and we got to go. And Houston mayors and, other city officials were like, we ain't giving you nothing. So they moved. So anyway, at this point, the Tennessee Titans are one of the most successful NFL organizations. And
you might want to retract that statement.
Well, they've been. I'm just saying, as far as an organization, they have been to a Super Bowl. They not winning wise, but just as an organization,
okay,
a fan base, they always have fans.
Not a hot mess like some teams.
They have really done well for themselves in Tennessee.
Okay.
They've had some losing seasons. People still show up. They love that team. They are a good organization.
They are looking to get a new stadium.
Yeah. Their total estimated value of the organization right now is $4.9 billion.
That's what that franchise is estimated to be worth.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not bad. So, especially for Nashville. Right. Okay. The Rams.
Which version? The first LA Rams? The second LA Rams?
All right. And
the in-between St. Louis Rams.
In 2016, what's your owner's name? What was the owner's name?
Georgia Frontier was the woman that brought them there. The woman that brought them
success. Who is the one who screwed over St. Louis?
Stanislav Kroenke.
Mm-hmm.
It goes by Stan. He also owns a soccer team in London.
Does he?
Yes.
Well,
Married,
He is
married
a
to one of
shrewd
Sam Walton's
businessman.
daughters. Very shrewd business. And what you want to talk about somebody that's all about the money? Stan. Stan's all about the money.
Stan said, you know what? Your little 20-year-old stadium, this is a dump. I'm moving to a palace in L.A.
Yeah.
Well,
you know
I'm
he got
moving to
Jerry
LA.
Jones in on that, helped him build that?
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones. Hey,
Yeah.
the man knows how to entertain.
Jerry Jones is a great businessman. I give him that. He just needs to get other people to do his
He needs
football.
needs a real general manager.
Right. He just needs to make football decisions. He needs to kind of step down. I'm not one of those people that bash Jerry Jones because it's Dallas Cowboys. I think he actually deserves to be a Hall of Famer because of the things he's done for the NFL. But, I mean, come on, man.
They're 8-8 since 1996. They're
Right.
8-8.
Somebody else can do it. It's okay, Jerry. Somebody else can do it. So all that to say, the net worth of the Rams right now in LA, $7.6 billion,
Ooh.
which is almost, well, it's
Almost.
just barely more than what it costs SoFi Stadium to be constructed.
Really?
It costs $6 billion
to build that
to
stadium.
build that stadium.
Man, I'll tell you
which
what.
is
That's
unheard of.
that stadium is beautiful. Oh my goodness.
It looks like a spaceship from above.
That's where all the Fox broadcast is from.
Well, it would not surprise me if the NFL had a hand in it because everything the NFL does now is based out of LA. So they built that
I
stadium.
think is the NFL Network in that stadium? Oh, there you
Their
go.
headquarters are now in LA, and Fox. You see Fox.
Yeah, they're there.
They have their pregame shows
Yeah.
right outside of the stadium. It has become the mecca for the NFL, which is surprising because just 15 years ago they had no teams in LA.
Nope.
None.
Oh, and by the way, it's on the same site as the Forum used to be in Inglewood.
Is it?
Yes, sir. They built it in Inglewood.
Really?
Yeah, you know what used to be in Inglewood?
What?
The Lakers.
Well, yeah, I know that.
That's where it's the Forum. That's where they played. They tore all that's gone, and now SoFi Stadium's there.
Yeah.
It's probably brought some memories for you there.
Yeah, those are the good times. Those are the good Lakers.
Good Lakers.
Yeah. And then lastly, the most recent move was, of course, Oakland Raiders moving to Las Vegas. I don't blame the Raiders for doing the move, even though they probably had the most supportive fan base in the NFL. Everybody in Oakland loved that team. God knows they supported that team year after year, even though the Raiders stunk for the last 20 years. But they had to do it. Of course, Oakland said, we ain't going to give you any money. That Coliseum was a dump when they moved to LA the first time. One of my good friends actually went to the A's game in Oakland Coliseum recently.
Yeah.
And he said the Harbor Park, the minor league ballpark in Norfolk, Virginia, was a better stadium than Oakland Coliseum. That is some rank
That's terrible.
stuff.
That's terrible. That thing was probably Oakland moved there. The A's moved there in like 70.
Yeah, somewhere in the 70s, I think.
Yeah, so that stadium was obviously built in the 60s, I guess.
It's a very old stadium. And, it's only so much you can do. And it is very outdated. I mean, it's like on the level of RFK Stadium, the old RFK Stadium. When you're in it and you see how old it actually is,
Yeah.
and you compare it to the new stadiums, it's really
It
bad.
smells like old grease.
Yes. And you walk around the walkways, it looks like you're in a dungeon.
Yeah.
It really is bad. But the Raiders moved, and the state of Nevada said, you know what? We're going to help you build your stadium. We're going to give you $750 million of taxpayer money.
Yo, nice.
Come here. The actual stadium, Allegiant Stadium, which a lot of people feel like is one of the nicest stadiums in the NFL now, it only cost, compared to SoFi, $2 billion to construct. So that's not bad.
Nope.
The biggest problem with the Raiders right now is well, I guess it's not bad for money because they can always sell tickets, but it's a vacation destination. So if the Steelers come there, if the 49ers come there, any popular teams come there, Bears, you know what? Guess what? Its stand's going to be filled with those visiting
So what you're
stadiums.
saying is, say half of their stadiums contingent on the visiting team.
Sometimes more.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the Raiders stink. You know, they're not good.
They're not good.
You
They're
know,
not good.
and so it's going to be tough for them to survive there. But right now, the Raiders franchise is estimated at 6
This
points.
is their second or third year there.
This is their second year there. They moved there in 2023.
Yeah.
So it is, you know, they're estimated at $6.7 billion. It's not bad.
Not bad.
That's
at
all I got for you today.
Well, that's great. And just stay tuned because more teams will be moving. There's a whole bunch of teams that want new stadiums as usual. I saw something where Cleveland wants a dome stadium. The owner does. Whatever. Anyway.
You know what? When, you know, you see baseball parks, Fenway's been there for how long?
Like
Wrigley Field's been
1918 or
right.
something.
Wrigley Field's been there for how long? And these football stadiums, literally, they have them when they get to 30 years. They're like, "Oh, it's a dump. We gotta build a new stadium."
Yeah.
Why? Why? Can you just build a stadium that you feel like you're gonna be in for a while?
One thing too is they want to build a stadium, and the first thing they do is say, "Look here, King Goodell, we want a Super Bowl
Yeah,
in
that's
our
true.
stadium."
That is true.
There's going to be a lot of Super Bowls being held out there in SoFi Stadium, or whatever it's going to be named next year, whatever, who knows.
Yeah.
In the new LA Coliseum.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of Super Bowls out there because that's a big deal. All right. Well, if that's our show for today, that's all I've got. That's all JP's got. And remember, please subscribe and like this station or this channel because we need a gazillion dollars because we need to move the Jaguars out of London back to America where they belong. Goodbye.
Hey, rest in peace, Quincy Jones.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
So long, everybody.